So I decided to go and have a test. I'd already been testing regularly anyway, so I lost a partner. My first boyfriend, 15 years earlier, had died, so I was related illness. And so after that, I kind of thought I was immune to it. I was quite promiscuous, quite a lot actually. But I got involved in a 6-month relationship and it all went up. And December 13th, 2001, Friday the 13th, I got the result and it was a positive result. And it was, I've had bad days since, but that was probably the worst day of my life, apart from losing my partner right at the very beginning. It was awful. I thought I was going to die. The support I got, it was way Sandyford, but it was Sandyford and Paisley. And I was, after about 3 weeks, referred to the Brownlee in Glasgow. And it's just so much to take in. And back in 2000, the information that we've got now just wasn't available. The support was as good as it possibly could be, but your whole world just fell out from underneath you. If I didn't think I was going to die, I wanted to die. And I tried a couple of times. Well, we found out that he didn't know. So there was lots of issues. I was angry, I was hurt, I was disappointed, I was sad for him. I didn't understand then that, well, how could he not know? And it took it took years for a lot of these issues to sort themselves out, and for me to become armed with the information that I needed to help me get through to be able to find a way of living with HIV. There were lots of issues surrounding who do I tell. It was Mum I told first. Absolutely devastated, but she said, you know what, I'm not surprised. I couldn't face having sex with anyone. I wanted my manhood chopped off. I felt disgusting. I felt degrading. I felt inhuman. And after the diagnosis, I could not work out who to tell. I didn't know who to go to. From the point of view of friends and family, how they would react. It so happens that mostly everyone reacted amazingly. Sex was so easy to get as a gay man if you really want it. Even if you don't want it, it was there in your face. Once you get into that lifestyle, it's really hard to break out of it. And I went to 6 or 7 funerals around that time of friends that were dying, and they were just dropping like flies, even in the early 90s. Into the late 90s it was still happening. It's still going on. Dangerous meets off the internet. And we know what that leads to now. Lots of kids have died as a result of these meetings. And you think, why did you put yourself through all that risk? I got involved in a really tough relationship around 2008. And I got syphilis, which had a massive impact. That was when I first had to start antiretrovirals. Don't know, my system must have fallen apart or something, and it all became a mess. Anyway, he had gone out and slept with someone else and got syphilis. When I walked, I decided, look, I can't do this. I walked away from the relationship. I got in my car and I was going to the Brownlee every day to have penicillin injections. And I was feeling like hell, absolute hell. I was having to stop the car on the motorway and being sick, and then going home and having to deal with his abuse. And 2 weeks later, after having left him, he went to the police station and reported me for giving him HIV deliberately, not telling him. That was a whole new chapter of absolute hell. Now don't get me wrong, had I done what I'd been accused of doing, I should have gone to jail for 10 years. After losing my stepfather and then getting the result back that we got from the lawyer, for some reason it didn't mean anything. My life, I had lost everything. I had moved in with him, and the day I moved out, I walked away with absolutely nothing in my bag but my clothes. All my worldly goods, everything I had left with him, including my cat, and my life was gone completely. Everyone in the world thought that I was a massive predator, that I should be avoided, and I was the world's worst piece of It then mattered very quickly that, hang on a minute, I need to deal with what happened in the newspaper. I need to sort that out. Because if I don't, I'm going to live with this for the rest of my life. I'm living with it anyway. But the rest of the world need to know what happened here. So it was then a case of another fight with the newspaper for 3 years to get some sort of retraction. And what I got was a little section that size, tiny little corner of a newspaper, and page 12 I think it was, saying that the paper retracted the story they originally published, and that was it. I had cut all my ties in Glasgow coming here deliberately after the trial, and moving here was heaven. You could argue, you know what, it was running away from all that. Actually it wasn't. It was a necessity to help Mum, but it gave me an opportunity to start healing. That took a long time. So a year after moving to the island, I got my own little cottage and one little space again, and started to find my feet. And that winter passed, and the following summer passed. You know, I quietly lived and spoke to Katrina quite a lot to try and work my way through all of that crap and find a way forward. And then I got pneumonia for the first time in the autumn of that year, and that was the first real massive impact I felt of HIV. Now I'm in a long-term relationship, and it's amazing. You don't need to go look for that stuff. It's gone, past. But it's not a nice past to look back at. There's lots of understanding within my core of why all that happened. And as the years have come out, and I've spoken about it, they've understood. And I can have these conversations. Rarely, but I can have them if I need to.
There's a lot of shame there.
There is a lot of shame.
And shame disappears when you shine light on it.
The last couple of years, and certainly the last year and a half, when I've actually stood up and been counted now, when I've been out in the college with Amanda, speaking in public, and you speak about these things to complete strangers, like yourself. But from an educational point, turning all that crap into something really worthwhile, to say, look, don't do this, because if you get HIV as a result of that lifestyle, if you don't protect yourself, devastation happens. that I would want for professionals that are going to support is for them to listen to us. And if you don't know the answer, pick up the phone. Don't bullshit us. Take time, because it's time that we need. That's all it is, it's time that we need with someone that cares about us. Because it's not just about what HIV does physically, it's about what it does mentally. Inside and out. From how you feel about it to stigma, to how others feel about it. So many issues to get your head around as you walk through every day. Walking down the road to being diagnosed to actually living with HIV and learning to live with HIV. That's a journey. That's a tough journey. But it's a journey that it can be supported, can be cared about. Because every single one of these journeys is important. Every single one of these lives is important. Every single one. Because when you're HIV positive and diagnosed, you don't feel like anyone in the world cares about you, especially people closer to you. And actually you might not want them to care about you. But if a professional holds a hand out and says, "I'll listen," then that's massively important. That could save a life. It would probably save mine.